We are the Wistl Family Adventures channel. Follow us on our chaotic and crazy adventures as we navigate life in a new country. It's nearly Easter and we explore what it's like to be away from our normal holidays and traditions, as well as adopt some new ones.
So this year's going to be really, really weird because we're not going to be spending it with family. Elowen's dressed up as the Easter Bunny this year. Welcome back to Wistl Family Adventures. We are actually here in BGC today in Auro, one of our favourite places to come for some real nice goodies. And the reason is, one, it's too hot to go anywhere at the moment. You may have noticed that our travels have kind of not been happening as much recently, and that is the reason why. We are just trying to build up some tolerance to temperature. The kids, even walking from uptown to here, they were drenched in sweat, so it's very difficult to kind of try and acclimatise to temperature. But also this week is Holy Week, so we're not travelling this week because we know it's going to be a pig to try and go anywhere. We know that all the transportation and public transport is going to be either completely not available or very, very low, and lots of places are going to be closed. So we're taking it easy this week. And we're just going to have like a little mini Easter kind of themed vlog today. But firstly, a really exciting announcement. Here is a word from today's sponsor. We are so excited to share this with you guys. As a homeschooling family, we are always looking to find new ways to integrate interesting forms of learning for our children, and Kiddinks have launched their new radio plays worldwide. Bibi and Tina radio plays are a series of wholesome audiobooks about two best friends and the adventures they have together with their horses, Sabrina and Amadeus. We follow their story as they solve mysteries with the power of friendship and just a touch of magic. And now Kiddinks will be launching their special Easter episode called Easter Holiday.
Set, go!
One last sprint to the finish, Sabrina. We have to win. We can't tie with her. That's boring.
Come on, Amadeus.
Keep going, Sabrina.
Yoo-hoo, Bibi. Look at us, way ahead of you.
No way. We'll catch up to her. Let's go, Sabrina.
This year's special Easter episode is called Easter Holiday, and it's the perfect way to entertain your children over the holidays, in between celebrating with family and partaking in Easter activities. Bibi and Tina is a great alternative for those calmer moments.
Not if Timmy's with her. Even so, we should probably go find them. You're right, just to make sure. Come on, let's ride over to the old mill. I've got a sneaky suspicion they might be there.
Even though Bibi and Tina can ride faster.
Stories like these feel like they were written for our daughter Elowen especially, who also really loves horses and animals, as well as exploring nature, which is obviously her favourite thing to do. We listen to Bibi and Tina whilst our kids are playing in between home education lessons and as they are calming down after a long day. Audiobooks are a great way to expose our children to language skills and keep their minds creative even when we aren't engaging in formal learning. Radio plays is unique as they involve a range of actors' voices and sound effects to support the narrative, as it helps children imagine the story even more than traditional audiobooks. For us, it's great to find resources that resonate with our kids whilst living in a foreign country, and it's now become part of our daily routine. Bibi and Tina radio plays are available on Spotify and Apple Music and are available worldwide. So you can start listening to them today just by clicking the link below.
So our traditional Easter is mainly chocolate based.
Yeah.
So in the UK we get given Easter eggs, and because we are now living in a warmer country, I guess we will not see many Easter eggs, and we have seen couple, but they are very, very expensive.
So as Kev said, the exports of chocolate eggs are extortionately priced. In England, you'll get an egg for like a good £4 or £5, which is quite a nice egg as well, and a very big one. But here, unfortunately, chocolate is not the main point of Easter, which we completely understand. So we thought, instead of trying to find eggs or try and do a westernized Easter, we'd come to our favourite chocolate place here in BGC and enjoy some nice Easter treats before Holy Week begins. Yes, please. Thank you. That's those two. So I got a favourite from last time, which is the salted caramel white hot chocolate. Harry got, Daddy got.
I got the white mocha iced.
Nice. And Elowen?
Peanut.
Peanut? Yum. So I haven't actually tried the peanut hot chocolate yet. Do you want to take a spoon out quickly? I'm going to have a quick sip. Whoop. It's going to be a chocolate gate over here. It's going to be like everywhere by the end. This is a peanut dark. Wow. I feel like they put peanut butter in it because it's a very thick, full-bodied hot chocolate, very unusual. And then you get hit by like really powerful, strong dark chocolate as well. Compared to the white chocolate one, which is a lot more sweeter and it tastes more like brown sugar. It's so delicious. That one is very different. I want you to try it. I know you hate peanuts, but I think you should try it. I think you might like it. It's really strange. It's not, it's just thick in the mouth. I can't describe it. I feel like they put peanut butter in it or something. So Kev's got peanut hot chocolate, but he hates peanuts.
I hate peanuts. I would never eat peanut butter. So.
You might like it.
But I do like chocolate.
Yeah, you do like chocolate. It's a very grown-up taste. Do you know what I mean?
It's subtle. You know it's there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get what you mean by that.
Do you like it?
It's not too bad.
No.
It's not too bad.
So I've got the classic dark chocolate. That is a very strong dark chocolate. Almost like the ones you get in the UK where you have like the mint inside the dark chocolate. Like the dark chocolate bars. Very grown up taste.
It's very thick as well. I feel like they've melted like half a bar of chocolate in there.
Yeah, so there's chocolate bits in there.
Yeah, it's delicious. It's very decadent.
So in the UK, usually children would go to their grandparents' house and your grandparents would set up a little Easter egg hunt, so they would scatter Easter eggs around the garden for you to find and then eat, which is really missable.
And Harry's very good at doing that because he'll run and try and find as many as possible.
I always do that.
So in the Philippines, I've heard that you use these like plastic eggs and you fill them with money instead of chocolate.
Really?
Yes. So comment below and let us know how much you've received in one of your eggs at Easter time.
All done.
Chocolate is quite a big part of Western Easter culture. We base our whole holiday around it, and for most people that are non-religious, that is what Easter is all about. We also would obviously spend time with our families. We would go see grandparents, aunts, uncles, especially when I was a kid. I'd go to my grandma's every year. So this year's going to be really, really weird because we're not going to be spending it with family. Admittedly, we do work a lot over Easter. Being a chef and a waitress at one point in our lives, Easter was such a busy week that we wouldn't be able to get off of work. So we're definitely very grateful to be able to spend Easter with our children. But it is a little bit bittersweet that we won't be able to see our families this year. And Elowen's dressed up as the Easter Bunny this year. Show them your dress. Wow, this was actually a gift from a subscriber. She loves wearing these outfits all the time.
And Mum, I look like a black pig.
Are you a black bunny rabbit?
Yeah.
Wow, go on then, I'll hop off. Off you hop. So another thing that we're really going to miss out out on this year is something you might actually not have heard. It's very famous. We don't know if it's an American thing, but it's definitely an English thing, and that is hot cross buns. Hot cross buns are like kind of
Raisin rolls?
Yeah, like sweet raisin
Cinnamon
buns with like a glaze on top and a cross to obviously represent Christ, and then you slice them in half and toast them and have them with butter. That's the real way to do it. If you do it any other way, it's wrong. And there's something that we haven't seen here in the Philippines at all. We've at least seen eggs, and I don't know if Marketplace again, where we saw the eggs, they may have hot cross buns. I'm sure like all of you will tell us that there's a lot of other options you can go to, maybe like Bread Talk. I've seen another company do like a fruit loaf.
It's not.
But it's not the same. It's not a hot cross bun, and it's something that we really, really love about Easter. We get them in England, sorry. Easter starts in January, so all the eggs and hot cross buns will be in the shops from January all the way up until Easter finishes. And you can get multiple different flavors as well. Our alternative this year is donuts, which are nothing like hot cross buns, and admittedly we've had a craving for Randy's for a long time, so this is the best excuse to come and get some. So I feel like Easter is very, very different compared to the West as opposed to being here in the Philippines. I feel like this holiday is going to be the one where we start to miss our family a bit more, because with Christmas, it's quite a universal tradition. Everybody puts a tree up, they decorate their homes, the lights go up, there's a lot of events going on. Slammy. There's Christmas is like overall a very universal thing. Most traditions seem to be very similar to one another, whereas Easter is extremely different for us anyway as foreigners in the Philippines. So we don't actually really know what we're going to do during Holy Week. We are going to be in Makati. As I said, we're not planning on traveling out due to lack of travel options when it's quiet during Holy Week. It's definitely going to be a very quiet time in Makati. It was very quiet during Christmas, but I feel like I've been warned it's going to be even more quiet during Holy Week. So it's going to be very interesting to see what it's really going to be like. We will be filming our experience of Holy Week, probably on Good Friday, and we'll see how that goes. But we have no plans. Usually, as I said, we'd see family, you'd have lamb. Roast lamb is very popular in the spring in England. We don't see much lamb here in the Philippines unless it's from New Zealand, but obviously that means that it's going to be expensive due to being an export. So what do you guys eat for Easter? I'd love to know what your kind of Easter food is like. Is it very similar to Christmas? Or is it very, very different? We need to do some research, I think, that's definite. Maybe do some sort of like made up Easter egg hunt with like Cloud 9 bars or something, or choc nut. We could do a choc nut Easter egg hunt. It's going to be very odd, I think, definitely. So we've come to hide in SM Auro because it is getting horribly hot out there. There's a lot of cloud actually in the sky. The sun's not even out, but I feel like it's trapping all the heat and making it a lot more humid. And all the air conditionings in a lot of the buildings, especially in our condo and in the malls, I feel like they turn it up during the summer heats because it's a lot cooler in most places than it normally is. So SM Auro is like, I feel like I'm going to breathe out frost in a minute. It's very cold in here, but it makes it so much easier for us Westerners to try and get by with this heat going on at the moment. So we're just in the SM supermarket of SM Auro. I've actually never been in this one before. We don't tend to ever go to SM Auro. It's not one of our favorites. Just trying to maybe find something that resembles a Western Easter. I feel like we're going to come up really short here, and I feel like Marketplace is probably the only place we should go, but I don't want to really spend like 800 pesos on a chocolate egg, so we'll see. Fingers crossed, we might find something interesting.
We saw salted egg.
Yeah, we've got some pretty coloured eggs, but no chocolate ones. Yeah, oh well, yeah, we get they got Kinder Bueno. We don't see those normally, but they have Kinder eggs. I think
They just have these.
Yeah, that might be as good as it's going to get this year, buddy. And some Lindor, yeah.
Oh,
They have like these little trolley Easter packs. Maybe might be a little good idea to give one of the kids each. Or they've got these like, these are really cool. These are basically like gummy Legos. If you're from the UK, you'll be completely astounded. It's actually a really clever idea. They usually come in bags, but they've got Easter sized ones this time. But it seems like that's it. What have you got? Wow, what's that, bud? Oh, Cola Club. So I thought we'd come into ye old faithful Marks and Spencer's. We actually did find chocolate eggs in the Rockwell Marks and Spencer's, but again, you're looking at like 600 pesos for an egg, probably more, which if you're in the UK, you can get one really easily for like 60 pesos. So it's quite a big price difference, but they don't seem to have any in here. So I think we're just gonna have to make do with some nice yummy hot chocolate. They are my favorite. Some yummy hot chocolate and Cloud9 bars. So we had a really nice time having like a mini Easter celebration in BGC. Not exactly like how we do it back at home, but definitely gonna have to really think outside the box when you're in a different country and just be aware that things aren't always gonna be the same as what you're used to. I know a lot of you may get upset or angry about the fact that we've talked mainly about food and chocolate and family, but to be really honest, in the West, our traditions and customs are very, very different. They tend to come from very non-religious perspectives, whereas I'm very aware and I appreciate that the Philippines is very heavily religious based. So I hope I haven't offended any of you or upset anybody that is, you know, watching this vlog and thinking that I'm being offensive in any way about talking about chocolate. I know there may be a few out there that could happen with. That is just our traditions that we are used to and accustomed to and we grew up with. So that's the things that are our normality. But we did have a lot of fun. We didn't find any eggs in the end, lots of Kinder eggs and a few kind of little treat bags, but nothing specifically egg shaped. So I think we're gonna have to throw out all the old customs and bring in some new ones for Easter time for us to share as a family. A lot about being in a new country and being completely new to all customs in the East is that you really have to work with it and make up your own stuff in the end and kind of shed some of your westernized thinking, but also adopt some Eastern traditions too. So it's very different, but we're more than happy to adopt more traditions and make our own ones now that we are in a different country as Westerners. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. It was lovely to kind of get on here and chat to you about what it's like for us at this time of year. We are gonna miss our families so much. It's gonna be very odd. No Easter egg hunt really with my mom or Kev's mom, which is gonna be really, really weird. And all those things that obviously come during the holidays when you're on your own in a very, very different country. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and we really loved going around and having chocolates and treats. This is kind of our stand-in Easter day, Good Friday maybe, Easter Monday sort of thing. I think usually, do we do eggs on Sundays? Is it Easter Sunday?
I think eggs all around.
I think it's eggs all around. You give eggs and you eat your weight in chocolate basically. And it is really, really fun. But we are going to sign off. We have another video coming up about Holy Week specifically on Monday and how we get on with that when the whole city will close down for a day. That will be really interesting to see as well about how that works here in the Philippines. But we are going to head off now. Salamat po, and thank you so much for watching. We're so excited to see you in the next video. Bye.